Hey everyone, this is Coloring Chemist. My name is Connie, and welcome back to the channel. This is the long promised book purchase video. So these are the coloring books that I have purchased, oh my goodness, August, September, October, and now pretty much, all of November 2025. I put out the supply purchase video a little while ago and had promised the book video a lot quicker than this, so I do apologize. But I did get sick. I lost my voice. My voice then came back, but I couldn't talk for more than 10 minutes without devolving into a coughing fit. So, hoping this goes okay. I apologize profusely so much for not getting this video out sooner. So I will just give it a try and we'll see if I can not cough my way through it. If I do cough, there might be a lot of pauses in this video. Not that you guys will notice. I'll just stop the camera and come right back for you. But it might, if the video seems a little choppy, then I apologize. I also want to just thank everyone so much for their kind words and comments on the last video. I did mention in that video, and I'm sorry if I panicked anyone, that things were very stressful this fall. Again, I don't like going into a lot of detail on a public forum like this. Things were not okay, but plans have been put in place to make them okay. I'm safe, my family's safe, and I did mention, and I apologize again if I panicked anyone, things were stressful enough that I had considered, ending the channel. Now, I don't think that I'm going to do that. Things are better now. But even if I did have to, let's say, take a very extended break or even not make videos anymore, I would leave the channel up, I promise. So all of these older videos that I've put out would still be here, and you would be able to watch them. So, even if in that eventuality, and I don't think it'll come to that, but I wouldn't just take the channel down. It would be here as long as YouTube allowed it to be here. So, just to allay anyone's fears. So I have quite the stack of books next to me. Because of my voice and because of the tickle in my throat, I may not talk as much as I normally do, although who knows. If it goes well, this may just be a really long, chatty video as well. You know me. Let's start. These books are not going to be in any particular order. Like I say, I wasn't planning on making any more videos at one point, so I had put everything away, and so in order to make this video, I had to pull everything back off the shelves, look back through my purchases, see what I had bought, and so these are not in order. So this isn't necessarily stuff that I bought in August and then going through till November. So I apologize for that. There's so many. I'm not going to put any links in the description box, but if anyone needs a link or wants a link for any book that I show, you're having trouble finding it, just let me know. If it's a book that I think is a little bit harder to find, I will show you the ISBN, and hopefully that will help you to find things too. And I'll try and tell you, at least verbally in the video, where I got the books. So this is a book that I picked up this fall. This is an older book. It's just a Jade Summer Intricate Patterns. You guys know that when I'm stressed, I do like to do, I like to do mandalas no matter what. But when I'm stressed, mandalas are they're what calms me. Well, sometimes. And pattern books like this, I like too. It's the repetitiveness, right? You pick your colors for the repeating pattern. Once your colors are chosen, you just don't have to think about it anymore. That's really what I like. So this is just an Amazon print book. It's like I say, it's not a newer book. And this is the only, one of two pages that I colored in October. I know I didn't do a completed pages video in October because there's this, and I'll show you the other one, and that's it. But just some fall colors, and again, just sort of a mixed media kind of approach, that I take with all mandalas. The backgrounds are usually either alcohol marker, or I think this one is actually water-based marker. The orange and the brown that you see coming through, that's actually the gel pens. Those Languo kind of super shiny glitter gel pens, they tend to bleed through the paper a lot. So just be aware of that if you're coloring on double-sided books. But you can see there is shine, so there's some glaze pen on there. There was these little details here that to me kind of look like spider webs. I don't know, it just gave me an autumn, October-y vibe. So, I mean, this is a new book, but I colored in it. Little white details in there like I normally do. And not this is a new book, but this one, yeah. This is the only other picture that I colored in October, and it's not that good. So, really wasn't worth a video. It was this one. It was just, it's straight, I don't think there's any shading in here at all. It's just some flat coloring. Again, kind of a mixed media kind of approach. You know, you can see it looks like there's nothing here, except if I tilt it, and you can see the shine of the glaze pen. It's really dark green. There, looks like there's nothing, but there is. And then just gel pens. This looks like water-based marker background. Some more gel pen or glaze pen on the bats there. Some glitter gel pen in various places. But yeah, those were the only things that I colored in October. So these are also some books that I purchased in October, or not in October. Well, let's just say this fall sometime. So this is Emily Leda Hall-Oberg. These are the new postcard books that she has come out with. I think these are her first postcard books. I don't think she's had any others. So this is Christmas coloring postcards and Happy Day coloring postcards. And I should say, if anybody wants a flip through of any books that I talk about in this video, just let me know in the comments and I can see what I can do. I really like Emily's artwork. I should color it more. But this one is just Christmas, right? And it's very thick card, thick card. Some lovely Christmas images there. And then the other one is, it's Happy Days. Like there's some birthday postcards in here. There are like a thank you. Just one that says hooray. I think I saw one in here for Valentine's. It had like a heart on it or something somewhere. Yeah, they're all my love. So this is kind of other holidays that would just, and there's some that, I mean, this wouldn't even need to necessarily be the bunny has a gift, but it could just be something to color too. It wouldn't have to be, necessarily a holiday or a special day. Lots of love, my dear, D-E-E-R, instead of D-E-A-R. That one wouldn't even necessarily have to, you could use it for like somebody's new home, you know what I mean? Welcome home kind of thing. But yeah. Now, I don't often color postcards. I should color them more because, they're small and it's just sometimes easier to get them done. But like I say, I'm really trying to support these artists that choose to put out better quality books, which I know are more expensive. But there's just so much, I don't know, and maybe this is a polarizing comment. There just seems to be so much garbage put out on Amazon print paper. Now, I'm not saying all books put out in Amazon print paper are garbage. Not at all. We have wonderful books by R.J. Hampson, Morgan O'Brien, but there seems to be so much sorry, cough break there. Yeah, just so much, I don't know. There seems to just be a lot of people putting out books on Amazon that are just looking to make a quick buck. Let's put it that way. They could be AI, they could just be images they, heaven knows, stole from somewhere on the internet. So I don't know. I like to support the artists that are willing to put out the better quality books. So those are two books by, or postcard books by Emily Leda Hall-Oberg. These, so, where's the, yep, there it is. For those of you who've watched my channel for a while, you know that I have this book by Angela Harding, and I've had this for a while, and I really like this book. So Angela Harding does lino cuts, which is, I believe, and I'm not an artist, so I could be wrong in this, but she carves her designs on a block of linoleum and then prints them and then colors them. So this is an example of her original artwork here. So I've done a couple pictures in here, and the back of the book, she has her original artwork for all of the images that are in here. So you can either look back here, and I taped these back together because I had torn them out because I was looking. So you can either use her original artwork to copy, or you can do your own thing. But yeah, so there's a few that I've done. That was the very first one I did in here. I just was, checking the paper out. But I've done some ones in here that I really like. I tend to use Zig Clean Color Real Brush pens in here, and I treat the paper first with Krylon Workable Fixative Spray, just so I can blend better on the paper. I just find that those, anything that's transparent, like watercolor, is going to work really well, because there's so much black here. If you use something like, say, Prismacolor pencils, they're opaque, right? So, or to some extent. It's going to cover up a lot of that black, which then kind of takes away from her artwork. So, yeah. Pit pens, I've used those in here as well. Straight up watercolor. You could use, that's when I did this past, I think it was like January or February. Again, Zig Clean Color pens. I just really like her artwork. So when I heard she was coming out with 2 new books, I was really excited. Now, this is totally my fault. See the side of this book? This is like Joanna Basford-ish, kind of size. These are the new ones. I should have read. It's not that, like, the listing on Amazon, didn't say they were smaller. I just didn't realize they were that much smaller. So you can see how much smaller they are. So, yeah. That's okay. The other thing, and I was kind of disappointed, I thought these were all new images, but they're not. Now, I went through this one. I don't think I went through the other one yet. So this is Angela Harding Wildlife Coloring Book and Angela Harding Countryside Coloring Book. It still has her original artwork in the back, so you can copy or not. This is the one, I don't know if you just saw, I actually colored in her other book. So they've taken the whole image and shrunk it down even more. And because of the density of the black line work in her art, I think it works better as a larger image. Sorry, another cough. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what I think about these smaller books. Out of the 43 images in this wildlife book, 14 of them are repeats from the bigger book, so that's about a third. I haven't checked this one, but... Sorry, another cough. Oh, I thought it was going to go better than this. This mouse hiding one wasn't in the original large book, but it is, I just saw. Is it in here? Yeah, it is. Yeah. So, not only does she have repeats with the original book, but she's got repeats between these 2 books. Like Summer Foxes, I'm sure that's in the old book. It's also in this book. So I was a little disappointed. Sorry, I should have gone through this one to see which were new. Yeah. Anyway, I love her artwork. I love the original book. I just hope that she comes out with maybe some bigger books. That would be nice. All right. 2 more books that... Well, no, I shouldn't say that. Sorry. It's been a long time since I recorded a video. I was not thinking. 2 more books that I purchased that I technically already have, because I have the German versions of Hidden Earth and Hidden Oceans by Rita Byrne. So the German versions are, where did I put them? Here. I won't even try. Well, maybe I would. Die Welt unter die Lupe zu Wasser. So, under the water, and or under the microscope, water, and under the microscope on land. So, on land would be hidden earth. Hidden oceans would be the water one. You can see that the English versions are bigger. Right, they're by about that much. I originally had gotten Hidden Seasons. So Hidden Seasons is this one in German. And so she put this out in English. And I think I showed this in my June and July haul. And again, larger. I was somewhat disappointed with Hidden Seasons because you look at the thickness. There you go. Not everything that's in the German one is in here. There's quite a few less pages. But I did discover that I really liked the paper in here, particularly for excuse me, coloring on or coloring with the Pitt pens and the Staedtler pigment pens, which you guys know I love to do. So I thought, well, I'm gonna get the English versions of Hidden Oceans and Hidden Earth, just again because I really like the paper. So I did. I got these. Like I say, I do have the German versions, but yeah, thought I'd pick up the English versions of those. Oh, hang on, I have to grab one thing before I do these. So these are the English versions of Shooting Star by Maria Trolle and Merry Christmas, Hannah Carlson. I have the Swedish versions. So, Stjärnfall and God Jul. And I had purchased these Swedish versions from iMusic. I pre-ordered them. So, I've had them for a while. But I was curious as to the difference in paper quality between the Swedish versions and the English versions. So I grabbed the English versions. And I did do a little bit of testing. Somewhere in here. Again, with Pitt pens and Staedtler pens, because those are what I like to color with. Yeah, just a little bit in the hair. So this is the Swedish version. You can see the paper color is different too. So the Swedish version has whiter paper, whereas the English version has kind of more cream colored. They're the same size. So I was doing a little bit of testing. It's pretty close for using Pitt pens. I would say actually a little bit better on the English version paper. It's a little bit smoother. Not a lot, but a little bit. Now, smoothness of paper isn't all when it comes to using Pitt pens and Staedtler pens. The paper itself has to almost have like some sort of coating on it. But, and I apologize for the constant throat clearing. I'm trying not to cough, so clearing my throat sort of takes care of a little bit of the tickle without coughing. So I do apologize for that. But yeah, so I would say I actually like the paper a little bit better for my brand of coloring, my type of coloring in the English version. But you know what? Having backups of these books, not a bad thing. For Stjärnfall, the cover of the Swedish version is almost like you can hear it. It's like textured. It's almost like a canvas or a linen kind of texture. It's beautiful. Whereas the English version is just kind of smooth, kind of paper over hardback card. They both have that beautiful. You can see the shiny ink there. I mean, it's beautiful books. But yeah, so I got the English version of that. And then I think I was doing a little bit of testing in these as well. So this is the English version, Hannah Carlson, Merry Christmas. This is the Swedish version, God Jul. Again, slight difference in paper color. So, that's a completed page from November. The English version is a little bit creamier in color. The Swedish version is a little bit whiter. Did I do some testing in here? I think I did. Oh yeah, right on the hat. I didn't see a whole lot of difference between these two. Again, maybe a little bit better on the English version in terms of sort of blending the ink on the page, right? Using my Stettler pigment pens and Pitt pens, but not a huge difference. So, yeah, some English versions of those Swedish books. I picked those up this fall. This is Cozyville. So this is by Nina. Oh, and one of my wonderful viewers told me how to pronounce this, and I hope I do this right. Steiner? Steiner? Is that right? It's spelled Stagner. But she is in, I think she's in the Czech Republic, is she not? I apologize if I'm wrong on that. She originally had a book called, oh my goodness. Was it just called, it was just a coloring book, wasn't it? And then she had another one, Meadowland, that she came out with relatively recently. And this is the newest one. So this is Cozyville. And it's all kind of winter and fall images. It's Amazon print. It's very cute. Kind of like those cozy, cute and cozy books. Maybe a little bit more detail. She also has an Etsy store where you can buy her books as PDFs. And the last two books, so the Meadowland and this one, Cozyville, there's actually two versions of each. She's got the adult version and then like a little kids version. So the little kids versions of Meadowland and this one are the same images but less detailed. So maybe just, you know, a small portion of the image. So maybe the little kids version of this might just have, you know, this corner blown up, so it's bigger, not as detailed. So if you're buying these books off of Amazon or even off, you know, the PDFs off her Etsy store, just be aware which one you're buying. You know, you want the adult, unless you want the kids one. But yeah, there's two different versions. So 30 sweet and cozy illustrations inspired by the autumn winter wonderland. I'm getting away from Amazon print books. I don't like fighting with the paper because I color so much with, like I say, you know, the Faber-Castell Pitt pens, the Staedtler pigment brush pens. These do not work well on Amazon paper unless I treat it with the Krylon workable fixative spray first. Then I can get away with using those and blending the ink on the paper. But I'm also not, like I say, I'm just not interested in buying books just to say I have books that I bought. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm trying to be more mindful of the books that I buy, which sounds ridiculous because there's a massive stack next to me, but I'm trying to really think about the books that I buy. And yeah, so even though this is on Amazon paper, I do like her art enough that I did buy this one on Amazon paper. So that's Cozyville by Nina Steiner. I hope I'm saying that right. This is one of two books that I purchased from Amazon France. This, I had not seen this before. So the artist goes by Tsuki. There's a lot of O's in there. But I think it's Tommy Shahar is the actual illustrator, artist. Le Jolie Chat. So the Happy Cats. I think that's what that translates to. This is another one of these books put out by Dessin Tolera. And I think it's supposed to be... Look at the end papers. Isn't that pretty? I don't know if it's supposed to be watercolor paper. I don't think it is. I mean, it's thick. It's card. But I don't think it has sizing on it. I have a couple of these books. And I've tried watercolor on the paper. Yeah, there she is. Je m'appelle Tommy, so that's her name. And I've tried watercolor and it doesn't work. So I don't think there's any sizing. There's no coating on the paper. But I mean, you could put sizing on. You could put, you could paint on satin glazing liquid first, and you could spray, like I say, the workable fixative on first. But how adorable! So this is a book where she's got her original art on the left, and then you've got a line art version on the right. If you want a copy, you don't have to. It also has a summary here at the beginning of all of the artwork that's in here. And I just was, I mean, you guys know I'm a sucker for a seasonal book. And I mean, look, you've got fall. You've got kind of a, Paris. You've got the Eiffel Tower. Kind of Valentine's Day there. You've got fall there. A cat with a little, and I do love cats. I'm terribly allergic to cats, but I love them. So I mean, how cute are these images? Oh, there's a little Christmas one. You know what? Honestly, I think this was one of the pictures it showed on the Amazon listing. They pretty much hooked me right there. Right there, I was like, and we're getting that book. I mean, how stunning is that? And it's definitely watercolor that she's used. So, I mean, you can try and reproduce that. You can do your own thing. Very wintry. It's like 4 seasons. So you've got kind of winter with the snow, rainbow, tropical, and then fall. That's cute. Okay, that one got me too. How beautiful is that? Oh. See, I would probably pre-treat this with maybe the workable fixative and then try either watercolor or my Zig Clean color pens to try and get that look. Cute. Fall. I said I wasn't going to flip these books, but this maybe is one that you guys maybe haven't seen. I don't know that I've seen this anywhere else. I just sort of came across it. They just suggested it to me on Amazon France. Cute. Winter one. Some strawberries. So, I mean, there's smaller images like this, and then there's kind of full page ones. I love winter. I know lots of you maybe don't, particularly if you live in Canada. I'm in central Canada or the northern US, but I love it. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's it. So I think there were 40. Yeah. And LaRousse is the publisher, 2025. So yeah, like I say, the paper is thick. But if you want to use watercolor and actually have it blend on the page, you're probably going to have to treat the page with something. But I just thought this was a really sweet book. So this one might be harder for you to find. I will give you the ISBN. If you're having trouble reading that, just let me know in the comments and I can type it in. There you go. Yes, le joli chat, so the happy cat. I think that's how that translates. So that was one book that I got from Amazon France. And this was the other one. Now, I was curious about this. I actually thought maybe it was a fake, because can you see who the illustrator is? It's Maria Trolla. But this isn't a book that I've seen advertised for her. Thierry's d'hiver coloré. So, Winter Fairies to Color? Is that how that translates? It's by Larousse Jeunesse, so young Larousse. So the same Larousse is a publishing company, well, de Saint-Aura, that did this one, but it's for their children's branch, I would assume. So I believe this is marketed, and it's softcover. You never see a Marie Trolla book softcover, right? So I think it's marketed for children. So I was just really curious what was in this book. Was this, new Maria Trolla works? I don't think it is. I think the first half of the book is actually this book, which, let's see here. Yeah, look. Now, this is single-sided. This is not. But there's the squirrel, and then there's a Christmas tree. This is very white paper. This is cream. Well, we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, the paper it's not Amazon print. It's decent paper. But I think the first half, and I don't know where that stops. Somewhere around here, maybe, is the Yulens à la Farge. Is that how you pronounce it? So her Colors of Christmas book is the front half of this. And then the back half, I think, is just winter images pulled from some of her other books. Because I know I've seen that before. And that's in one of her older books. Right? Because her newer style is much kind of simpler. Whereas that was more detailed. So I know that's in one of her older books. These were in Shooting Star, I think. These were in something. Sagan, maybe? Again, that's an older one. That was Shooting Star, I think. So I don't think there's anything new. There's some test pages at the back. Quite a few. So I don't think there's anything new in this book. It seems to be sort of a compilation. So it's her hardcover, the new one, Colors of Christmas, but then it's also got some winter and Christmas images pulled from, well, not even, I mean, that's not really winter, or I guess it could be winter if that's snow, but I mean, if you painted that as sand, or colored it as sand, it wouldn't have to be. Same thing here, if you made this like, well, no, I guess there's no leaves on the trees, so I guess that would be winter. Sorry, winter in the northern hemisphere here. I guess that's my, yeah, see this, is that winter? I guess the houses have smoke coming from the chimneys. But yeah, just in case any of you had seen this, I have seen it on Amazon Canada through like a third-party seller, I think. I don't think it was Amazon that was selling it. But just in case you thought it was a new Maria Trolla book, it's not. Well, okay, it kind of is, because it contains this. Now, in terms of size, it's pretty close. I would say, actually, looking at, because the cover, sorry, I'm just looking underneath here, because the cover of the hardcover book kind of sticks out a little bit more, actually, the size of the pages and the paper itself might be about the same. This paper is very white, and this whole thing is double-sided. Whereas, I also bought this fall. So this came from iMusic. This is single-sided. And the paper is much yellower in this, right? In terms of smoothness, oh yeah, this has more of a tooth, definitely. So if you're looking to color with colored pencils, this might be your better bet. This paper is smoother. Yeah, this is her Colors of Christmas book. And again, you know, you guys have probably seen flip-throughs. I do think it's very... I love seasonal books. I love, you know, one-season books or you know, full seasonal books, but... So I bought this from iMusic. Oh, sorry, did I give you the... No, I didn't. I should give you the ISBN, because this one might be a little bit tougher to find, too. So the ISBN is right there where it says EAN. That's your ISBN. These ones I'm sure will come out in an English version probably next year. That's usually what happens. So this one, like I say, I got from iMusic. Order that one. And at the same time, I had pre-ordered this one. So this is also Maria Trolla. This, I love this. I mean, this is a nice book too, but this is Seasons. Ursteeder? Is that how you pronounce that? Sorry if I'm off on that. But I believe it translates to seasons. So, yeah. Sucker for a seasonal book. We start off with spring, I think. So we've got, you know, some snow melting there. Birds nesting. Crocuses. Some Easter pages in here. Oops. And then we're moving on to kind of summer. And then we start, and then we're into sort of autumn. Got some kind of pumpkin-y, kind of Halloween pages. Trick-or-treating. And then winter. I actually marked this one. I was thinking about doing some in here. We will see. We will see how much coloring I get done in December. Yeah, this was in that other book, right? The softcover one. So was that one. So she's pulled some images from here to put in that softcover book too. Between these two, I would pick this. If you only were going to go for one, I would go for this one. But that's me. I love them both. Again, they have that kind of linen almost feel to the cover. A little bit of shiny bits on there. Just a few kind of gold shiny bits on there. This also came from iMusic, but yeah, this is Maria Trolla, Seasons. I love this book. I've also been noticing that some of the older books from some of these authors that put out kind of the premium kind of books, they seem to be going out of print. So some of these you'll see in the stack here, just from my purchases over the last 4 months, they're older books, but I've been trying to make sure that if I want them, I have them, which I know is kind of silly, but yeah, some of Hannah Carlson and Maria Trolla's older books, they seem to be going out of print. So this is Universum. Again, this was a Swedish edition. Because I was ordering those other ones from iMusic, I just ordered this one as well. Is this her Yes, it is. So this is a compilation book. Tells you at the bottom of the page here what books the images come from. I don't know. I was going to say I kind of like Maria's older style better, but some of her, I really like that Seasons book. I think the Christmas book got too, she's getting a much simpler drawing style, right? There's not as, I love this, but I like little details to color, right? And her newer style is getting much simpler, which, I mean, everybody, you have to follow the path that your artistic journey takes you on. But yeah, I like her more detailed stuff, but I do like that Seasons book. The Christmas book seems simpler. But yeah, so I just got this because I just wanted to make sure I have these books before they go out of print. This was one that came out this fall. This, of course, is, everyone's seen this. This is Hannah Carlson's Halloween. I did not get a chance to color in this, and I'm very sad about that because I really, really wanted to. Hannah's work just... Poof. You know what's funny? I didn't actually have any Hannah Carlson books for the longest time because I thought, no, that style's not for me. But I've changed. I'm still probably less likely to color her portraits. I just don't like coloring people. But, you know, like, maybe I'd be more likely to color that than that. Probably more likely to color that than that. Yeah, larger portraits I'm less likely to color. But, I mean, it's still an amazing book. And I did get this one from iMusic as well. So this is Hannah Carlson's Halloween. It'll probably come out in an English version, like I say, next year. That's usually what happens. Talking about books, older books. These are, again, two of Maria Trolla's older books. This is Moon Valley and Luna. I think the only Maria Trolla book that I don't have is Flora. Well, and then she had some old, were they softcover ones? I don't remember. I don't have those, but of the, yeah, Flora I think is the only one that I don't have. And I am going to try and get it. Just, again, you know, they're going out of print, and I just would like to have them. I think I looked the other day. I now have 405 coloring books. So, yeah, that's a lot. They're all cataloged, though. I know what I have. They're all on Library Thing, which is a website I showed before. It's free. You can use it to catalog your books. So that's Luna. And these are the English versions. So I didn't get these from iMusic. I just got these from Amazon. And then Moon Valley. Again, these are older books. You guys have seen these. Looks like something on there. See that? It doesn't show up on camera. So I did get these. Again, just to have in the collection. And then talking about wanting to include things in my collection, again, that are a little bit older. These are two Eerie books that I don't have. So this is, did I put translations in here? Oh, Google translates it as A Journey That Travels by Time, but I think most people call this the World Heritage Book. And I bought these from, was it Pomdor 42 on Etsy? She's a great seller, packages things wonderfully. So yeah, this is the, again, you guys have seen this, I'm sure. It's the World Heritage Book. And this one is World Fairy Tales. I do like Eerie. I don't color it as much as I should. I don't color anything as much as I should, but yeah, again, just, I don't know, maybe stressful fall, so maybe part of me was panicking, and I'm like, well, I need to get these, make sure, you know, not that I've heard rumors they're going out of print, although I have seen some of the older Hannah Carlson and Maria Trolla ones no longer available, but the Eerie ones, as far as I know, are. So could have just been me panicking. And this is another Eerie one. This one is harder to find. This is one of those she did 2 tracing books early on. So this is Tracing Around the World Festivals, and the other one was Tracing Around the World... I forget. I don't know that I'll get the other one. I say now. But these tracing books they're a little different just in that... Can you see how much fainter the artwork is? So I think the point was you were supposed to trace the artwork with, with maybe a black pen or something first and then color it. But I'm thinking, particularly if you like, covering up illustration lines, this would make covering up the illustration lines a lot easier, right? They're pretty pale. But yeah, this was just one, and it's almost kind of seasonal because it's world festivals, right? So it's got little finger puppets at the end. Here we've got, I think there was some Christmas stuff at the back, right? That's cool. Merry Christmas surfboards. So there you go for those of you down the Southern Hemisphere. I think there's some sugar skulls. So Day of the Dead, Mexico. There's Halloween. Sorry, it's probably hard for you guys to even see. Oktoberfest. But yeah, this was just one of those books that I thought, no, it's quite thick too. I want to make sure I can get this while I can. And then these are 2 other books that I also got from Pomdor. Pomdor 42, I think it is, on Etsy. That, again, they're older books, but I just wanted to make sure that will I color? I have so many coloring books. Will I color in them all? I'm hoping to color a lot more when I'm retired. For those of you that don't know, I'm a chemistry instructor. So, eventually I should retire. So, but this one was kind of seasonal too. There's Halloween. But this is, so this is Nelko Neko. I think it's just Kat's coloring book, isn't it? Yeah. Older, not new. But I just wanted to have a copy. Oh, you know what I should do? Here, I'll give you the ISBN of the tracing book. See there? The other 2 books, the World Heritage and then the Festivals book are probably pretty easy to find. But this tracing book might be a little tougher. I don't think you need the ISBN for this Nelko Neko book. I mean, it's an older book. I think it's, like I say, it's maybe not as easy to find on US or Canadian or maybe UK Amazons, but I mean, you can find it on Etsy. Yeah, this is seasonal. Sucker for a seasonal book. That's me. I'm gonna say winter at some point. There you go. So I did want that one. And this was a book that I'd looked at for a while too. Again, seasonal, I think. Flowers and Animals coloring book. Cosmic Moon? Cosmic Mook, I think is the illustrator goes by that. This has a kind of strange illustration style. The lines almost look pixelated, but I think that's on purpose. Again, older book, but it's got, kind of spring and summer. I think this one's seasonal. I could be wrong. I thought it was, though. Yeah, because, I mean, that kind of looks autumnish. Yeah, there you go. There's Halloween. Mushrooms. I guess that's back to spring. Well, there's winter. Kind of Christmassy. That's pretty. Yeah, Christmas. And I was ordering from this Pomdor 42 anyway. 42? 24? 40, I'm pretty sure it's 42. Yeah, it's Christmas. So I got this one, but I can give you the ISBN for this one in case anyone's interested. Again, not a new book. Right there. That one. Oh, we're still going, folks. This, of course, is Joanna Basford's newest book. So this is Wonderful Wildflowers. I bought this from Blackwell's because I wanted the UK version. Now, it used to be that the paper in the UK version was different than the US version. It's supposed to be the same now, but I still like the UK versions. So, yeah, this is, like I say, it just came out beginning of November, I think, 2025. They did ding my corners a little bit. It's kind of disappointing. I don't know what I think about this book. I prefer, well, I wouldn't say prefer. See, that page I love. I like these kinds of pages from Joanna, but I know not everyone does, right? Not everyone likes all the teeny tiny details in the full page. And so I still think she's tried to include kind of a variety. So she's got, some pages like this where there's not very much going on the page. She's got some wreaths, she's got some wallpaper pages. She's got pages that have kind of smaller elements. There's another fuller page. She still has some scenes that are smaller too. Don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful book. I just would love more of that. But I guess she's trying to give everybody a little bit of something they might like, and not everybody likes that. Oh, I would love to see a seasonal book from her. Would you guys? I don't know. That would be something I would really love, with lots of these kinds of pages, and also some of the other kind of stuff too. But yeah, so this is Wonderful Wildflowers, Joanna Basford. And while I was getting that one, again, was thinking, are these books going to go out of... Not that I've seen Joanna's books, going out of print, but these are the only two that I didn't have. So this is Lost Ocean and Magical Jungle. I just didn't have them. But again, they dinged the corners on my books. But you can see her style has definitely changed. And again, that's totally understandable. Artists evolve, they change. I just really love those scene pages. Now that I'm looking at this older book, though, maybe they've always just been that way. Oh, that's detailed. She's always had that kind of style, hasn't she? Where she's got some pages, that don't have a lot, some wallpapery pages, some scene pages. I just really love the scene pages. These are older books, so the UK paper on these is definitely going to be different than the US. So I was getting that other book from Blackwell's, just put these on the order as well. If you're ordering from Blackwell's, be careful though, because you can actually order the US versions from Blackwell's. So if you want the UK paper, just make sure you're ordering the ones with the OUR coloring book. OUR instead of OU. Instead of OR. So I did get some older Joanna Basford books. Closer to the end now. These are, because of the lovely Maya, colored by Maya. She had shown this artist. This is that Eilidh Muldoon. She's a Scottish artist, and she has these books that have these wonderful, sort of large, kind of almost Zen doodly images. And I thought her style was really great. So these are places around, this one is the Scottish Coastal Coloring Book. There's Portrait on Sky. Maya's done some really great coloring in these books. So I grabbed a bunch of them. Now there is one of hers that I couldn't, that might be out of print. I'm going to look for it. Let me see if I can get it. But it's the Hebridean coloring book. I would like that one, and I couldn't get it for, you know, it seemed to be used copies, but quite expensive too. But we'll see. So there's the Scottish Coastal Coloring Book. These ones are older. So this is 2020. It's the Coloring Book of Edinburgh. That's 2017. I was in Edinburgh as a teenager. My high school took a trip there. Not the whole high school. It was the band. I was in band. We went to the UK. It's the one and only time I've ever been overseas. It was wonderful. I loved it. The Scottish Islands Coloring Book. This is 2025. This is new. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. Or that. This is just the Coloring Book of Scotland. This is 2016. Edinburgh Christmas. Stirling Castle. Highland Games. Kind of actually like her older style a bit better than her newer style. It hasn't changed that much, I guess. But her Hebridean book is older, and that's why I was trying to get my hands on it. And then these two are her as well, but they're colored covers. So this is the Scottish Nature Coloring Book. This is 2022. I do like this one. This isn't necessarily places, so it doesn't have places named like the other ones do. It's just nature that you would see around Scotland. And then the Scottish Gardens Coloring Book. I do like this one. Some winter pictures. This one actually might be my favorite out of the ones that I purchased. Sorry, did I give you a date on this one? Oh, we didn't have it. Somewhere. 2024. So, yeah, what's the earliest one I had here? 2017. The Hebridean one might be earlier than that. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see if I can get my hands on that one. But, yeah, these are all Eileen Muldoon books. I do like this, like I say, you know, artists that publish on the better paper. I like supporting them. So that's what I did. These are some other older books that I wanted to get my hands on. So I think this was Maya as well. Sarah Muzio. Or maybe it was a Doodle Robot. I can't remember now. I apologize if I've got that wrong. But I've got The Splendor of Trees and Wonderful Gardens. I love trees. I love nature and plants, but I love trees. I have another tree book, and I did a page in it for November, so you'll see that in my completed pages video. And I think I like that tree book better than this tree book, but this one's okay. It's very Zen doodly. I think I would cover over a lot of that. Maybe this to me feels like it could be an experimental kind of book for me. You know, like, yeah. Trying new mediums, trying new techniques. That's what it feels like. But that's The Splendor of Trees, Sarah Muzio. And Wonderful Gardens. Again, I feel like this could be a experimental book. So that's 2 more that I grabbed. We are almost at the end, believe it or not. It's ridiculous, isn't it? It is 4 months worth of purchases, but it's still ridiculous. This is the first and probably only Usiku book that I think I'll buy. Cozy Seasons, sucker for a seasonal book. The other books that, is it a she? I think it's a she. The other books she has don't really call to me. They don't appeal to me. But I did like the seasonal aspect of this. The eyes of her critters kind of freak me out, though. Yeah, like you used to have the blank eyes like that. So when I first got this book, I was very stressed. I think I got this back in September. I'm just guessing. I was literally just going from page to page to page, coloring in the eyes with a black glaze pen, and then putting little white gel pen dots over top. It's just what I was doing. That's all I had the mental... Oh, and occasionally putting in an alcohol marker background. That's all I had the bandwidth for. So some of these pages... Well, that's not even a glaze pen. Oh, no, maybe I wasn't using a glaze pen. Looks like maybe alcohol marker. Oh, I don't know. But if it was an outdoor scene... There you go. I was trying different blues. Oh, some of them are glaze pen. That's glaze pen again. If it was a nighttime scene, I colored in the night sky. Again, colored in the eyes. That is all I was doing. And you know what? I guess I was at least coloring. I don't know. Can you call it? These aren't... I don't even know if you call these whips. But I did do that. I got, you know, a fair ways in. Oh, did some other coloring with the glaze pen there. I think I got to... Well, there's still some... And like I say, there's seasonal stuff in here, which is very cute. I think that was the... Was that the last? Yeah, so now I'm about halfway through the book. But that's all I was doing. But it is a very cute book. Like I say, though, I think it's going to be the only Usiku book that I get. So, Cozy Seasons. I don't think this is super new, is it? It's just this year? Does not even say. Must say somewhere. Or maybe it doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. It could be new, it could be older, I don't know. But I got that one. I got this one, but I'm disappointed, and I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I do like Jen Racine. I have a couple of her other books, and they're very stylistic. Like, they're very kind of folk art style kind of coloring. This one is almost more... I don't know what you would call it. Like, sketchy? I just am not a fan of this style of hers. I prefer her Scandinavian kind of folk art style. I'm not saying this is a terrible book. I mean, it's Amazon printed, you know. And she certainly, like, that's more of her other style, where it's more kind of Scandinavian folk art. I prefer that. I'm not, to me, this just kind of almost looks like Shutterstock. I know it's not. Well, I'm assuming it's not. She hand draws a lot of her stuff. But that looks wrong, doesn't it? Or no, I guess if that's kind of folded over. I was going to say that's not complete, but if the flower's kind of facing down, I guess that's okay. Yeah, like, just not a fan of this one. So this was Get Cozy Fall, Jen Racine, a pretty simple coloring book. Game just on Amazon. Yeah, I prefer her other books. She's got like Scandi Christmas. She's got Hugo something. I do prefer other books. So I don't know. I don't know what I'll do with that one. I did get Mini Mania 7. So I think I have all the Gabby Wolf Mini Mania books now, which is ridiculous because we're up to 7. Maybe it's even up to 8 now. The only one I've colored one picture in number 1 and part of a picture in number 2. So did I need the others? No. But I do like, I'm not, you'll see, other than maybe sort of this one, and what was one of the earliest ones I had there? Oh, right, the Nina Steiner book, which I'm not really a fan of the cute and cozy books. I would rather have something like this, which, you know, I guess is cute, but I don't know if you'd call this in the cute and cozy style. I would rather have this than those cute and cozy books. I have like a handful, like maybe half a dozen of the cute and cozy books. I don't think I'll get any more. And I bought those ones like last year. I know there's so many of them on Amazon. It's cute. She's got her characters there. I would rather have this. And again, not buying many Amazon print books because I struggle with the paper, with using the Pitt pens and the Stettler pens. Not to say that I couldn't use pencil. I certainly could. I just really like coloring with those pens. But yeah. So this is Mini Mania, Gabby Wolf, number 7. Is there an 8 by now? I haven't even looked. And the very last book. I did a flip through on my channel for this book already. So this is Amanda Clark. I purchased this off of her Etsy shop. So it came from the UK. And it's a big book. You can see, like, where these Sarah Muzio books, that's about Joanna Basford-ish size. You can see. So this one is big. It's probably at least, 12 by 12? This one here. Like I say, I did a flip through on my channel. Amanda Clark is an artist and illustrator from England, inspired by fairy tales, folklore, and the English countryside. And this is what she's got in this book. It's spiral bound. It's not card, but it's better paper. I like how the pages are bordered. It is a lovely book. I've done some coloring. Hopefully I'll get a completed pages out for November video for November. I'll try and remember to link my flip through in the description box if you want to see that. But 16 illustrations. So, I mean, it's not cheap for 16 illustrations. It is a big book. It's nicely printed. She probably, had them printed herself, so it's not, it's not Amazon printed. Yeah, like I say, I just want to support artists that want to put these kinds of things out. That is the books I bought over, like I say, August, September, October, and now all of November 2025. Do I have any other books coming? I think I have one book coming in December. And then I've got some pre-orders that are coming kind of next spring. Joanna Basford has Inklings, another kind of small victories kind of book coming out, when is that, March 2026? I think Hannah Carlson has another book coming out in March as well. I think Maria Trolla has another book coming out in April. And Emily Lita Hollerberg has a book coming out in April, I think. So, have those on pre-order. But, yeah, I think, I don't know if you're going to see a haul from me for a while. So, there was this one. There was the previous one that I did for supplies that I purchased over these last 4 months. So, you can put those two together in a little playlist and you'll have, probably almost 3 hours worth of stuff to watch. Like I say, things are a little bit better. I'm hoping to put out more videos. I know I said that before. Then I got sick. But we'll just have to play things by ear and see how it goes. I do hope everyone is safe. I hope everyone is well, and I hope everyone is enjoying their coloring. Until next time, folks, take care. Bye-bye.